Hello. A very common aspect of being in a relationship with somebody with a disorder like this is you end up being, oh, honey pie. You end up going through life without a plus one, don't you? You end up, they're too busy, or if there's something you're going to, if they don't feel that they will derive pleasure or benefit from it, you'll find them trying to opt out. Oh, you just go, I'm tired, I'm going to stay home, or I really need to go do this other thing, so you go ahead and go with the kids. I'll see you later. That's because if they're, again, if it's something that you want or something that you are excited, they're not necessarily going to be that gung-ho to do it. Again, unless they can seek some pleasure or benefit from it. You're going somewhere and they need a new audience to tell their stories, and it's a new bunch of group of people you're hanging out with. Maybe they want to go if they feel like they can get in with those people. I don't know. But for the most part, we find ourselves going through, making excuses why they're not there, giving a story as to where they are, or why they didn't come with you, right? It can happen. And what ends up happening is you feel alone even though you're in a relationship. You end up going through life alone anyway. Or the time that you're spending with that narcissist, very oftentimes you're feeling very alone. Or they opt to go away on a trip and not take you. Or go to some place and not take you. No, excuse me. Here's the thing. I would rather be alone than be with someone and feel alone. There's no way being alone is worse than being with someone and feeling alone. That is by far one of the most painful situations you can find yourself living, is feeling alone even when you're with somebody. Unfortunately, I see and hear a lot of people who don't want to be alone, which is ironic because they might have felt alone when they were with their narcissist. But they want somebody, a companion, a warm body, somebody with whom they are living their life, going through the motions of living their life. They have a partner. If somebody asks, yes, I have someone. There's someone in my life. That alone should not be important enough of a reason to just be with somebody, just because you don't want to be alone. Alone gets a very bad rap. A very bad rap. And I feel that oftentimes in society, it's counted as, I wrote an article once and I called it the lesser set. The lesser set. Being single, we're kind of regarded as like the lesser set, okay? We're not attached to someone. We're not showing up to something with somebody. We're not a union. People don't refer to you as Renee and blah, blah, blah. You're just Renee. There's nothing wrong with that. We're not the lesser set. We're not. We are not. We are vital to the functionings of your world around you. The earth around you is spinning around you just like it is whether or not you're with somebody. And you're vital and important to the people in your life whether or not you're with somebody. And you can have fun in your life and have a great, phenomenal life whether or not you're with somebody. A lot of people, they are hardwired to want to have a partner, to want to be coupled with someone. They can't picture it. What do you mean? Holidays. What do you mean? Vacation. I have a very nice life. I've spent most of my life alone, as it turns out. Or a lot of it. Because I don't rush to that. Now, I was raised with that, I think. Small town mentality. I'm from Rhode Island. My mother's Italian. My father is French. There's a lot of, love in that kind of environment. And I think you're just fostered to, you're supposed to couple with somebody. But what that makes you do sometimes, just by nature of your demographic, is everyone's getting married. Everyone's coupled up. You make bad choices. Just so that you're not alone. There could be people that if you think back, I wouldn't even have dated that person. I just didn't like being alone. The key is, don't be afraid of being alone. It's phenomenally peaceful. And there are things that you can guarantee yourself when you're alone that you can't ever achieve with the narcissist. The glorious nature of the peace, that by itself is a benefit that I could not possibly even explain to you, of the peace of it. It's peaceful. My house is as quiet always as you hear right now. Listen. I'm not saying I don't blare music and disco dance with Minnie, but that's it. I mean, I have people over, there's laughter, there's music, there's dancing. It's all joyous sounds. There's no fighting in this house. There's no screaming in this house. It's a very zen place. That all gets achieved when you eliminate toxic waste from your life. If you have toxic waste in your life because you think, oh, well, at least I'm not alone, is that really better? So you're feeling alone most of the time anyway, and a lot of your time is not peaceful. It's noisy and yelling and loud, and you're crying and you're sleeping in the other room and you're not talking to that person, and now you're going off to some other place without them, mad because you just got into a fight which they orchestrated on purpose because they have another place to be. I've enjoyed and learned to love the fruits of being alone. And I've learned as I've aged that I don't need to be coupled up with someone to be alone or to feel valuable. In fact, it's okay to take time after your narcissist. And I'm not going to say that I recommend it, because you may feel that you need a distraction more than anything else. And if getting right back out there and dating again just to get you distracted from them is what you need, then by all means you do whatever you need to do. However, deep down inside, I would say that I recommend it, because I felt you have to figure out what happened that you picked that person and let that person in. Otherwise, if you rush back out there, you may be in danger of picking the same kind of person. There's not just one on the earth, there's a lot. So if you feel that you can ward off another one coming right in, then by all means do what you need to do. But beware of somebody, because what you're going to feel is, as a matter of fact, I dated my narcissist because I think I was still a little twisted up over the previous person that I dated, who I now look at as probably a narcissist as well. And I was ripe to hear the love bombing, and it was validating me, and it made me feel better. It made my heart feel better. I hadn't done the work. I hadn't sat with myself long enough to determine that I don't need words from another person to make me feel valuable. I'm just okay right now by myself, alone. Here I sit with you talking. I'm not lesser than because I'm not with somebody. Now, don't get me wrong. The ultimate human condition, right? The human nature condition is companionship, and that's what we ultimately want. And there are people that find that, and God bless them. And I hope that everybody that wants to find that ultimately does. But I don't think that being coupled with the wrong person counts. That's not what you want. You look at couples that you know that are happy. You're aspiring to that. You're not aspiring to just have any old person next to you. You have to want more for yourself than that. The thing I love about it is that you have the choice. All your choices are now your own. You have children, obviously they weigh in. But I'm saying, if you rid yourself of a person and now you're sitting alone, no partner, all the choices are your own. All the possibilities are your own. And they're endless. Endless possibilities. It's all unknown. Anything can happen at any moment. If you free yourself to be available to have something happen. If you are open to receive something new. That's the whole key. If you are otherwise entangled with this unhealthy relationship, you're going to say no to everything. Job transfer, getting the graduate degree, going to travel with someone, whatever it is, you're going to say no because it doesn't fit into the narcissist's plans. And that's fine. If you're coupled with somebody, you should keep each other's lives in mind when making big decisions, like I just mentioned. But the narcissist doesn't deserve that kind of consideration. Something comes up in your life that sounds fabulous for you. I want you to be able to take it. Well, guess what? If you're alone, you can. You can. And when I say open palette of possibilities, I mean open. Every single day, something can happen that's unbelievable to me, being that I've maintained a solitude right now. Anything. Now, some people say, but I can't even picture that. What do you mean? You sit, what do you do with your time? How do you pass the time? What do you mean? What did you do before the narcissist? You have a life. You have interests. You have hobbies. You have friends. You have family. You shouldn't have to be coupled with another person to get through life. And I know that for some people, more than others, it can be a very lonely place. And I empathize. I do. I feel very bad. I'm not saying that we don't all go there. Of course we do. There are times, where you want to be with somebody, or holidays come and go. Those can be particularly hard for people. I revel in them. I can do whatever I want on the holiday. Generally, it's we have we're family. We all get to get. It's fabulous. I don't have to worry. What are they saying over there in the corner? How are they acting like? Are they going to show up? Are they going to feel like coming that day? Are they going to feel like talking that day? You got those days too, right? Where your narcissist just doesn't feel like it. And they're not the life of the party. And now they're bringing everybody down. Because maybe the new supply that they're working on isn't getting back to them. So now they're miserable and they can't hide it. And you're saying, what's wrong with you? My whole family's here. Why are you acting like this? Snap out of it. When you're alone, you don't have any of that to worry about. It's just you. And it's a total blast when you're with your family and friends and it's just you. A total blast. It's very difficult merging people, right? We all know you go through life, your friends get married, your cousins get married, your brother, your sister, whatever, and you're all merging different people. It can be difficult, and it can be, maybe this person doesn't like that person, blah, blah, blah. There could be worries. Sometimes it goes off without a hitch, but not every time. When you're by yourself, you know it's going to go off without a hitch. You know these people. These are your people. They're your people. Not to mention every single holiday, day, weekend, anything is yours to decide what you want to do with it, and yours alone. And I'm not saying compromise is a bad thing, and that when you're in a relationship that's a bad thing. That can be a lovely thing. You want to go to Aspen for Christmas, honey? Sure, that sounds lovely. I'm not saying that can't be joyous. It sure can be when the person doesn't make you feel alone once you're there. Are you going to go away and be a couple the whole time, or are you going to go away and end up fighting, or they're off doing this, or they had a plan the whole time, which was to get you to that area just so they could go and do their thing that they have planned that doesn't involve, oh, honey, I'm just going to go golfing today. Meanwhile, they're spending time with someone that lived in that city, and that's why you went on that trip. None of this is your worry when you're alone. There's a lot. When you're coupled with someone, your decisions will be dictated by them being in your life. And that's normal, right? We don't want to pay no mind to the person with whom we are coupled. When you're alone, your decisions are yours. And there's an independence to that feels euphoric. You're responsible for everything you do. You're responsible for the decision, where it takes you, where it leads you. If you falter, it's your own misstep. You can pick yourself up, do something different. You're in charge. No more are they going to be this way, or will they have this to say, or nothing. They're out of the picture. Doesn't that sound glorious? It is glorious if you give it a chance. If you very quickly get coupled with somebody else and you allow them that fast in your life that your decisions rely on them, that should be a flag to you too. It's a new person in your life. Like my plans, for example, for the holidays are already set through the end of the year. My family talks about Christmas in like April. So I already know through the end of the year. If I met, I'm not redoing my plans and stuff for somebody else that I might meet. Pay your own life its respect that it deserves. You need to be around people right now that love you and bring you up. And if that's your family, your friends, whatever, then you need to surround yourself with those people. You don't need to attach a new person to your back and take them around to all the plans you may already have for the holidays. I already have plans for Thanksgiving, but I'll see you the next day. You know what I mean? Like, for someone to infuse themselves or try to infuse themselves into your life in a very controlling manner right off the bat, to the point that you're going to now compromise plans that you've had in place, cancel plans you've had in place, restructure your life to suit them. No more. No. Especially not right off the bat. I think we've learned that from the narcissist. Let them earn it. Let them earn a place at your table. Let them earn a place in your life. Let them earn a place where they have a voice in what you do. You get a job transfer across the country and you just started seeing somebody a week ago? Bye-bye, I just got a job transfer. Ooh, but Renee, it was so, it might have been the guy. But you've been working on this forever. And then we back burner things that come up for us as opportunities because somebody's promising us something. Things will always work out the way that they should work out. Things will always work. If they're meant to be with you, then they'll figure out a way to follow you, if you so want them to. These are very specific examples, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. And you have to understand that being alone is not the worst thing in the world. In fact, I do highly recommend it between or after the narcissist to get yourself solid again. But again, if you need the distraction, go out on a dinner date with somebody just to keep your mind off the narcissist, just to keep you from checking your phone. But don't string somebody along. That wouldn't be nice. But you want to go to dinner with somebody or try to get back out there quickly because you have to get a distraction. I understand that, and I've been there as well. But don't do it because you think being coupled with someone is better than being alone. Because I challenge you to sit with your aloneness. You will learn to love it like I did. I hope, I think, I pray for you. Because honestly, it's really addictive when you have the euphoria of your own company. It's exhilarating knowing that you have your own decisions ahead of you. I like taking responsibility for my own life and where it'll go. And having nobody else is influencing it right now. That is an exhilarating place of empowerment. It really is. And if I make a bad decision and I falter, it's mine. I'm going to own that. And if I make a great decision and it soars, that's mine. I get to own that. Wrapped up in being alone are a lot of gifts that I think you will learn if you allowed yourself the chance to see them. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying.